What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another video. I hope you guys are doing great, and today is gonna be a long video, so let's get started. So before we start this video, as you guys know that about a year ago I bought this Lexus GS460 and I've been working on it since then. Well, not really, because I don't really have the time to work on the car, so here and there I'll do some stuff. So I did the valve cover, gasket, and spark plugs, ignition coils, but now I am that close. I mean, that close to get a new motor, because what I was doing, valve plate leak, find out all the injectors are bad, so I need a fuel injector that will cost me around $3,500 to $4,000. As you guys know, this motor is the same motor in the LS460, this one FSC, and there's a lot of them out there. I mean, for the price that I would pay for the new fuel injectors, I can buy a new motor, well, not brand new, a used motor with low mileage for less. I mean, significantly less money than what I would have to pay for the 8 fuel injectors that I need. So I am that close to buy a new engine, and not only the engine will be cheaper to buy a used engine, they also have low mileage on it, like 40,000 miles, 45,000 miles, 50,000 miles for half of the price. So, but this motor, there's nothing wrong with it. I think I have an idea if I buy another motor with low mileage, because this motor has about 173,000 miles on it, so I would do something else, like a project car. But this is a video for another time, so let's move on. So previously, in the last video, I replaced the door panels. As you can see, the black, as you can see here, or black, and for me, I think it looks fantastic already. Now in today's video, I'll replace the dashboard, the center console, and to do so I have to remove the seat. Now, you don't have to remove the seats, but to do the job perfectly, you have to remove the seats. And it makes sense, because at the manufacturer, when they built the car, the seats are the last thing that they put on. So I find out when I went to the junkyard, when I removed the other dashboard, I realized that when you remove the seat, it's a lot easier to pull the dashboard and take it off the car. So before we do so, I have to connect the battery. You're gonna have to lift the covers. This is a 14 mil, the same here. Move the seat forward and do the same thing. Now the next thing you do is remove this cover, and there's a bolt right there. This bolt is a 14, and that's where your skid belt attached to. So now you just have to remove that bolt. All right, so this took me a little while because it's such a tight space, but from now all you have to do is pull the seat back so you can disconnect the wires. You can lift the seat right there, and as you can see, there's a connector right here, there's one right there, there's another one right here. First one, second one, and this yellow one. From now you can just get this seat out of the car. Now we do the same thing here by removing this. The only thing I need to show you guys is this 8-bell has a connector, which is right here. You're gonna have to disconnect this and then remove the bolt. Be careful because this is a whole unit. Don't mess that up. And then you do the same thing. Pull the seat backward, remove the bolt, push it forward, remove the bolt, and take the seat. Disconnect the wires and then take the seat out of the car. We have both seats out of the way. Now, as you can see, we have a lot more space in here. Then next thing we're gonna do is remove the center console, and then we'll do the radio. We're gonna start by lift this up, close this, and remove the shift knob and put it in here. And then now the only thing is it's gonna be a little hard to get this out of the way because of where the shift is. This thing, it kind of stuck there, so I'm gonna remove this side first and see if I can remove these towards the side. Now you can try to move this, but it's still stuck. No, it's fine, just like this. Just like that, I got this side off. Just like that. This side is off. Now let's see. All right, there you go. That's a lot better. And from now you have two connectors that you need to remove, this one and that one. Now there's another plastic trim you have to remove. This is part of the radio. You just pull this towards you like this, and that's it. Now, as you can see, we have two screws, one here and one there. This centerpiece we have to remove. There's a connector right here, and there's two bolts down here, one over here and one over there. Now that this is off, there's almost four wires that you need to disconnect. All right, just like that, this piece is off. Once you get here, there are two 10 mils that you need to remove. It's right here, and there's another one right there. Now the next thing you'll do is remove this trim right here. All you'll do, just like that, is just pull that off. It should come right off. Now be careful because there are wire harness back there. As you can see, just like that, this one is off. And then you remove these two bolts and disconnect the wires. And from now you can actually lift that up just like that. I don't think there's any more wires, and this piece is out of the way. Now I'm going to remove the head unit, the radio. You have two 10 mils. There's one down here and one down there. I believe you have to remove these two as well. There's another one up here and another one up there. We're gonna put a towel right here, and now I believe you should be able to pull the head unit off. Maybe. Yep, just like that. Now you just have to be careful with all the wires back here. Now it looks like we have quite a few connectors back here. Start by removing this on top here. There's the blue connectors, this one, that one, this one right here, that was a fighter, and this connector right there, this blue one right here, this one right here, just gotta make sure you remember where these came from, that's for sure. And this one I don't have to, because it's part of the radio. Where did this came from? Right here. Let's leave this. And down here, see what's going on down here. This is part of the radio. This is the one part of the radio. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Looks like I have to remove this one, that one. I don't know if you guys be able to see this. Looks like I need to remove this one, no, this one, that one right here, and this little blue one down here, and these two as well, and that one. Be careful with these wires. This one I think stays, maybe not. The thing is, they install a MP3 and Sirius XM on this car. I feel like there's extra wires here. Let's disconnect this one from there, and maybe that one. And from now, this is the extra wires that they plug to install whatever they did here with this Sirius XM. That's the thing, when people install other stuff and then you buy the car, you get all confusing. All right, just like that, the radio is all off. So now that the radio is off the car, now what you're gonna do is remove this air vent right here. Now in the IS, I know how to remove this, because this air vent I never removed it before, because this is my first GS. And the IS, there's 2 clips, actually there's 4 clips. You just put them down up here and then you can pull this off. But in this one, there's no clips up there. It looks like they're down here, but it looks like once you disconnect this wire right here, you should be able to pull this towards you. Do it slowly, because it's an old car, you never know. You don't want to break the wire. The one that I'm kind of put here is gonna be a black one anyways, but this is something I can sell and makes a few bucks out of it, you know. I'm gonna disconnect this right here. Just be careful with these wires. So this thing is a whole unit, so I believe there's clips right here, and this one right there you have to pull off, and then this thing will come back out. Yep, that's it, just like that. And then there's one right here, you put it off like this and the whole thing will come off. As you can see, there's a clip right here, you just unclip it just like that, and this piece is off. All right, so we are done with this whole center piece. Now the next thing I need to do is start working towards the passenger side. There's a cover down here, there's an airbag and the glove compartment, and then we'll move to the driver side. There's a cover down there, there's an airbag, and there's this piece right here, and then I have to remove this steering wheel because I have to remove this and this trim up here and these backs right there. And there's two bolts down here. The only way to get through them is to remove this steering wheel. Now my car, I can't put a car on the accessory mode because the motor is half of the motor is off the car. But for you, if you just switch in a dash, you can actually turn the ignition on and then turn this steering wheel and remove the bolt. So let's move on. I have to remove these glove compartment first. There's a bolt right here and there's a bolt right there. This I remember, and there's another bolt in here. Once you remove that, you'll be able to pull this forward, and there's a connector that you need to unplug, and that would be it to pull this thing completely off the dashboard. All right, so let me remove the airbag first. So this piece came off first, definitely first. Yep, just like that. That's the cover. Here. This blue one. And this one is good. And this piece is completely off. And the next thing you need to do is the airbag. Airbag has 2 bolts, one here, plus the one we already removed. Just like that. The airbag, you drop the airbag, and you just gonna have to disconnect this wire right here. Now be careful with this. The way you do this, you don't want to mess this wire up. You need to pull. I will have to grab a pick tool to pull this up, and then you'll be able to disconnect it. And remember, there's connectors behind this. There's one right here, and there's the blue one on top up here, just right there, just like that. And remove this one down here, and from now there's 2 clips that you need to remove this from that, and that one you can just press it in the back and then pull this towards you, and this piece is completely off. Now once you get here, there's a few stuff you need to disconnect. This big wire right there, you're gonna have to disconnect that. You're gonna have to disconnect this, and disconnect the airbag, and this unit right here, you kind of have to drop this one off. and then after that it's just the speakers. There's a speaker right here I need to disconnect, and there's another one back there. So I had to switch camera because this GoPro, it's so hot out here. This thing got so heated, and I took the battery off. It was swollen, and look what happened to it. This thing is just exploded. Now I'm using my Canon that I have not used in a while, so let's see how that goes. Now there's a few connectors that you need to unplug from this, and just like that, this unit is off. Now we're gonna remove these two bolts from the airbag. Disconnect the airbag, and for these up here, there's these screws that you're gonna have to remove them, and then grab these wires so when you pull the dashboard up, you don't mess this up. This wire stays with the dashboard because I have that one on the new dashboard. There's a wire right here you need to disconnect. After that, the speaker, it's way up there. I'm gonna have to disconnect. These airbags, these wires, take your time with them. I'm telling you right now. Alright, so as you can see, I remove these two wire harness, and from now you can just take this thing off the dashboard. Come on, dude. Just like that. And the next thing I'm gonna have to do is disconnect the speaker up here. Now this one I won't show on camera because it's all the way up there, and you can see it right up there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. You disconnect the speaker, and I think we're all done for this side, and then we'll move on to the driver's side. The airbag will stay with the dash, and don't forget to disconnect this wire right here. All right, driver's side. First thing you're gonna have to do is remove this side, just like that. That's the easiest one. And then one thing I forgot to mention, before we lift it, pull the dashboard off the car, we have to remove this side as well. So when we get here, there's another panel right here. This one we're gonna have to remove. Next we're gonna have to remove this one right here, and then we'll do this steering wheel because I have to remove it. So to remove this panel, there's the bolt right here, and there's another one right there. Now after you drop this down one, there's a few wires that you need to disconnect. And just like that, this piece is off. From now you can technically start pulling this thing off. Just be careful for the wires, and there's the airbag right there. I believe the airbag, you do last, not last, but after you remove this piece. So let me do this first. So before we remove this panel, we have to remove the latch for the hood first. So what you do, now I open it up, you just pull this all the way back, and then kind of like the door, you pull this aside, and then you remove it from here. So technically you take this, technically you pull this off like this, like that, and then you just take it off from here. Yeah, that's not too bad. Pretty easy. And from now on, you'll be able to pull that off. Like that. Just do it slowly because there's wires behind us. There's a connector right here. You need to disconnect. Just like that. This piece is off. And now, as you can see, we have the airbag that we need to remove. And this airbag comes with a bracket. There's a bolt right here, up here, here, and there that you need to remove. All right, now that we're here, we can technically pull this down, but be careful. You need to disconnect the wire for the airbags, and you do not want to mess that up. Just like that. This whole thing is off. Now the next thing we'll remove is this. There's a bolt here, and there's another bolt here, and then after that, I think that's it. It should pop right off. Just like that. And be careful. Again, you have two wires that you need to disconnect. All right, we're getting closer. So as you can see, the only thing we have left is the steering wheel, and then once we remove the steering wheel, we can start removing the bolt for the actual dash. And for the speakers, I could not, this one and that one I don't have to disconnect, but this one and that one is just very tight space in here. So what I pull the dashboard forward, I'll disconnect those at the same time. So to remove the steering wheel, it's kind of like the IS. There's a plastic cover here you have to remove, and there's another one right there you have to remove as well. And you're gonna need either a T30 or a T40. I'll find out. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's a T40, but I have both just in case. Strange. It's not a T40. Let's try the T30. There we go. Yeah, from now, I believe you can just pull the airbag off. And what you gonna do now is disconnect the airbags. Once again, all these airbags are the same process. Pull this off all the way up, and then you'll be able to pull these just like that, and we move the horn. All right, airbags is off the car. Now once you get here, disconnect this two right here, is just like the IS. That's why we're gonna do an IS swap on here. This thing has one of the thing the ISF does and the IS. Did they have one for the GS, or maybe that's not the IS one? Huh. Interested. So the ISF have this, it's like a damper, so it makes this steering wheel feels a little bit heavier, and I put that on my GS350. And the new steering wheel that I'm going to put on there, which is a steering IS, the owner who had this car, I found it at the junkyard, also had one, and I have one for my car. Not the GS has one, but this isn't the same one as the IS. Maybe they come standard here on these cars. Now it's time we move this boat. I believe this is a 19 or a 21. So it is a 19, and this thing, it can be very tough to remove. So let's find out, because the first time I did the IS, it took me a while. Oh. Well, okay, that was easy. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now let's lift it. Wow, this is the fun part. This is when you have to be very careful. All right. Just like that, steering wheel is out of the way. Now these two bolts is what you have to remove to drop this, and then remove this panel right here, and then we kind of remove the whole thing and disconnect the wires, and then after that we should be able to pull this dashboard off. That switch right here, you're gonna have to go around it just like that. This one is off, and now it's the top one. Ooh, fun time. This thing is electric and it's all the way back there. Yeah, almost seems like I have to connect this battery to pull this thing forward. My goodness. Oh, maybe not. Let me try remove this top first, and then I'll see if I can get this part off. Now this is all clips, I believe, and the IS is all wire, I mean screws, but in here is clips. But still, I don't think I'll be able to remove this thing. Now this is something I did at the junkyard when I had to get the other dashboard. I dropped the steering wheel. I thought I could do it without dropping this steering wheel, but because this thing is electric, I have no choice to drop that steering wheel. And there are 4 bolts that hold that steering wheel, and there's one here, one here, one up there, one over there, and then there's another one in here. And I also have to disconnect these wires as well. So let's get to work. I will try to remove this dashboard today, and then I'll come here another day because this is a lot of work. So the wires that you need to disconnect, this one right here, this one up there, and this one right there. After that, you have to get this plastic trim out of the way so you can get through this bolt. and then you'll be able to unscrew it. There's one right here, is looking at us right there, and then we'll drop the steering wheel. All right, so far I unhook the wire. There's a clip right here where it hooks over there, and there's another clip up here, and I disconnect these wires. Now I have to disconnect this one. Let me see, 1 2 3 4. Jesus. All right, so just like that, these wires are out of the way. So today keeps getting better and better. The Canon died but I had a spare battery for the GoPro, so let's see if I can get this thing done today. At least just pull the dashboard. Now make sure you hold this, because you don't want to just drop it. There's a spring you need to remove, and this should, and one more wire right there. Disconnect this, and what is, all right, at least I can get this off. And then there's 4 bolts here we're gonna have to remove, because for some reason this thing won't go all the way down. And once you remove this, there's a connector that you need to remove. I don't understand why this thing won't go all the way down, but this is getting challenged. This is very hard right now. Alright, let's take this off, and just like that, this is out of the way. Alright, so I got these off, and then for some reason the steering wheel wouldn't drop all the way. I don't know why. But I was able, as you can see, I was able to hold it and do this at the same time. And then I put it back and then put one bolt back just to hold it. And then I think now we can go ahead and remove the dashboard. I hope these two aren't on the way, and if they are, I'll drop it down again a little bit, and then we'll see how it goes. Now for the dashboard itself, there's a bolt right here you have to remove. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3 right there. That's 4. Yeah, it's a total of 4 bolts, and then you'll be able to pop this up. Now the next thing we'll do is remove this side pillar. Just like that, this side is off. Now we do this side right here. Now we should be able, as you can see, dashboard seems free. We just have to put it forward. I removed that bolt up here. Now you have to make sure you also disconnect the wire how they start button as well. Now the dashboard should be ready to come up. There's another bolt in this corner right here on the driver's side. Alright, I dropped this steering wheel down again, so I have a box hold it just to keep everything safe. There we go. Now get all these wires out of the way. I disconnect the speaker over here and over there. Now it's finally time to pull this thing off. Off. Oh yeah, this dude, this air vent right here. Other than that, I think we're good. Right? Now what? Okay, that's nothing. Okay. Okay, just like that, the dash is completely off. Is it hard to do? No, but is there a lot of work? A lot of bolts, a lot of wires to move. Yes, it is not hard. It's just tedious. It's just this thing, it's crazy, the wires, not to remove it. Now it's time to put the new dash on, the black one, but we're not gonna do this today. For you guys it's gonna be in a second. For me it's gonna be in another day, because I am done for today. So you might be wondering why I removed this dashboard when it's completely nice, look brand new, and the new one I have looks the same. It's because you guys know I'm doing an all black interior. The other dash is inside the house, but I will put it on the car not tomorrow but the day after. But at least for now we know that the head dash is out. This is gonna be a long video, so yeah, that's just how it's gonna be. So now it's time I take a break for the day. For you guys it'll be in a second, like I said, but for me it'll be in a few days. I am tired, it's hot, so I will take a break for today and catch you guys in a second. All right, just like that, we are back and it's another day. This is the new dashboard, the black one, and it's all ready to go in. The only thing I would say, if your car has the Mark Levinson, you're gonna have to switch these wires, but this dashboard came from a Mark Levinson, so I don't have to worry about that. As you can see, you have 1, 2, 3 speakers up here, and they are Mark Levinson. Other than that, I am ready to put the new dashboard in. As you can see, the one that I have was brown, this one is black, so let's make it happen. Now before you push this all the way back in, make sure you plug the speakers. That one you don't have to, but these two you have to. This one goes up here. Nice clips. Okay, so we did this one up here. This one over there and that one down here. Then we'll move on to the other side. Alright, just like that, I am all set with the dashboard. It's just make sure you take your times, because there are 5 clips up there. You have to make sure they're exactly where they're supposed to be, so the dash can sit there properly. But now I'm just gonna start with this steering wheel, and then I'll move on to the passenger side. I'll plug this. Now we put this one in. So before you install this back, make sure you plug it right up here, just like that, and you should be able to just slide in. That's it. Now we're gonna move on to the steering wheel. See, putting this thing back together have been a total nightmare, because I don't know, because of the electric power steering, you just have to take your time with it. Now I have 4 more bolts to put on, and then I will plug everything back. All right, now that we are done with this connector right here is gonna go in there. This one goes down here, I believe, and this is a clip. You clip it here, and this one goes here, and I think that's it for this one. And here, this one right there goes right inside here. All right, when you get here, the yellow one, actually let me plug the brown one first, because it goes like this. Brown goes here, yellows goes in there, and this one here, that one there, and this one goes up here like this. Now this one, and then this wire goes all the way back here, just like that. All right, just like that. Steering wheel is done. Now let's move on to this side down here. Before we continue, you got to put this one back. So I messed up here. This is what happened when you pull parts from 2 different cars with 2 different years. The dashboard I pulled out of a 2008 GS350, which is the same as here. This is a 2008 GS460. But some of them, you know, when you go to a junkyard, people come and pull stuff out of car. There was another GS which was 07, and I pulled these out of that GS. Now I find out, just like the radio in 2006, 2007 has a different radio, 08 or 09 has a different radio, and then 2010 and 2011 has a different radio. So that's why if you buy a radio for here for this car, you gotta know which one you're buying. So it's the same down here. So for 06, 07, everything, not this one, everything was inside here, like your trunk, your fuel, everything else. And for 08, they moved them for 2008 and up. It's not any, they moved them from here to there. That's why you see this panel doesn't have the trunk opener and your gas tank as well, while this one has it. And this one, it's not the same as here. For now, I'll put these two back on, but I have to go on eBay. These I already found on eBay, but I have to look for this one specifically. So before you put this back on, don't forget to plug this right up here. This plug for the vent. Next thing we'll do is the airbag. And then we'll connect the airbag. Alright, so we plug this connector back. So now we're just gonna put this back on like this, which looks unfinished because this isn't black. So it is what it is for now. So now I'm just gonna put this trim back on, and then we'll move on to that side. Okay, just like that, I am done with this side. So don't forget to put the latch back on for the hood. And then the next thing I'll do is this steering wheel, and then I will move on to this side. I'll leave this steering wheel for last because it's a little bit easier, but then we're gonna move on here to this side. For this side, I'm just gonna put these back on. I'm not gonna record this because you guys obviously already get the idea. There's two screws here and two screws there. They attach to the dashboard up here, and then I have to put these two bolts on the airbag. Then I will install this airbag back. Now this one I had to switch the covers because the one that I pulled from the other GS has a different part number. I think that was an 07. This is an 08. The 08 has a different part number than the 07. So just to be safe, I switched the covers. This is the original one that was in here, and then we'll put this one back on, and then this piece back on, and then the side trims. All right, so just like that, I plug these, well, I screw this back on the dashboard. As you can see the screws, one here, there's 4 of them. I put this one back, I connect the airbags back, and I put the other 2 bolts, one here, one there for the airbag. And now I can plug this back on just like that. But before we put this back on, we have to put this unit back on, and we have to plug the connector for the air vent as well. I will show you anyways. Why not? No video. And I plug this here, blue wire. There's a clip right here, I believe. Right there, here, and this back on. Gonna have to plug this back in first. All right, so far so good. Now this is the last piece. Just these wires. There's a blue one. You just have to plug this here, and this one right there, and then this goes, this is just a clip. You clip it here, and from now should be pretty straightforward, just like that. You're all set. Now we install these two plastic trims, just like that, and we'll do the same thing for the other side. So far we are making some progress. We are almost done, but I think I'm gonna come here another day because it's already too hot, and it's just way too hot right now. So, but this piece, I forgot that I never bought one of these. So when I went to the junkyard, one of them, it was missing. The other one that I pulled the this dashboard from was destroyed. So I think the radio wasn't there. I think whoever came at the junkyard to take the radio, I think they were thinking like the IS, because on the IS you remove this one first and then you pull the radio, but on this car you have to pull the radio first before you remove this. So I think they destroyed this part thinking that they had to remove this first, whereas the radio is what you have to come on first. So I'll put that one on, but I already found a few on eBay. Like I said, this is not completely done because we still need this piece and that piece, but I will install this one for now, and then the radio we'll do another time. And this goes here, and this also goes there. Then you should be able to slide this right back on. Yep. Just like that. But as you can see, it's brown, but a black one is what we need. So I need this one. The radio I'm looking for is, I'm looking for an 08 or 09, 08 and 09, but it has to be Mark Levinson. I can just do, and all the one that I found so far are just the base model, and I need the Mark Levinson one, so I'm still looking. But in the meantime, I'll put my original one back. So after that, the only thing I have left to do now is put the radio and this spinner, but I will take a break today because it's already too hot. And now it's time to install the center console back, and this is a new one, a black one. And just like that, I am all done with the installation. As you can see, it's not fully complete because of these pieces right here, but I will have to, I already found this piece right here, this cover, and that one is, for some reason it's hard to find, but I found one, but it's not in great shape, so I don't know, I'll keep looking. And for the radio, as you can see, it doesn't match the dashboard, but that's okay. I'll buy a black one, and the vent as well. But other than that, the only thing I have to do is put this piece back on, and then we are all set with this. Man, this took me a long time, but I like how the car started to look now. Now the next thing we're doing is the carpet, and then the headliner, and then these side trims. I have them all, and then the seat. Then we'll be all set. So I am officially done with this installation, which took me about 2 weeks, because not because it would take you 2 weeks to do it. It's because of time, and it's really hot here. So I worked on the car for about an hour and a half, and then I stopped, come the next day, and then a few days later until this is all done. So now the only thing I have left to do, like I said, on the next video, is the carpet. Now for the headliner, I don't know when I'm gonna do it, because it can be, the headliner, it's not bad. It's this right here, this piece right here. To remove it, you got to drop the whole sunroof, which is ridiculous. Other than that, I am all done here. I hope you guys have a good afternoon, good night, and I will see you guys in the next one. I don't know about you, but this looks so much better. And I gotta put the steering wheel back on. Other than that, that's it.